Hey Flippy, welcome to the stream. Hey, Misty, get up here. You're the first one here. Yawn. I was just watching a video where, you know those things where, like they have famous people and they hold like this Google thing and then they like peel the things off to answer the web's most searched questions. I was watching one of those and the person doing it was Freddie Highmore. If you don't know who that is, Freddie Highmore has been in Arthur and the Invisibles, the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Golden Compass, and ABC's The Good Doctor. Hey Nala and hey Sicky. Hey Ghost Claw. Welcome to my stream. Please allow yourself, make yourself at home, my good friend. Alright, so you saw the title. I'm gonna be working on 2 sides. I'm not gonna scream. You can scream if you want, but I'm not gonna hear you, so it's really pointless. No one can hear you scream. I don't understand why I'm so weird. Oh, and look what I'm wearing. Autism sweater. You've been drawing Flippy, huh? I remember you said you drew my version of him. I haven't seen it yet. Hey Flippy, can you link me your amino profile so I can go to it, please? Because I may just not be following you yet because there's a whole lot of features that amino doesn't have on a computer that they have on mobile. Oh, I forgot I'm in the coloring process. I gotta get my colored pencils. Wonder where everyone else is. Wonder where Floor is. So, I don't know if I told you guys this, but lately I've been binge watching Danny Phantom. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Lately I've been binge watching Danny Phantom, and I've been watching it on a website called Dailymotion. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of that video watching website. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my cousin has the complete Danny Phantom series on a DVD box set. So she let me borrow it, so now I can watch it from the comfort of my home on my TV and without any ads or the quality going bad on Dailymotion. Miraculous Ladybug? I haven't really seen it. I've caught glimpses of it on Nickelodeon, and I've heard very, very good things about it, and I know it's very popular. I don't know, it just, because it's a Nickelodeon show, I kind of rolled my eyes at it because, let's be honest, Nickelodeon is not the channel it used to be. In fact, a lot of the animated stuff on Nickelodeon has very lowbrow humor, and the animation is a little bit eyesore. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just like a lot of new Nickelodeon shows. A lot of new Nickelodeon shows just aren't my cup of tea. but I have heard very good things about Miraculous Ladybug, and from what I've seen, it actually looks pretty good. So maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I will check it out. But for right now, I'm just focused on other stuff like my projects. And lately, I've been getting into a lot of old cartoons. And recently, I watched an episode of My Life as a Teenage Robot. And when that was on, when I was a kid, I also rolled my eyes at it because my mom didn't like SpongeBob, and that was on Nickelodeon, and it still is, and it's gone to hell. But uh, oh, how can I say this? It's just when I was a kid, like a little kid, my mom told me to avoid anything on Nickelodeon, basically, because my mom, or at least she told me to avoid SpongeBob, not anything on Nickelodeon, but if my mom didn't like SpongeBob, then there must have been other Nickelodeon shows out there that weren't really good. So, like a child, which I was, she okay, thank you. I look forward to seeing them come. Anyway, my mom did the same thing with a lot of things. Like my mom's philosophy is that basically this doesn't apply to everything, but if a cartoon doesn't provide some kind of educational value to a child, then it's basically just garbage in a way to her because she thinks that every show on Cartoon Network is gross and that it teaches kids to be stupid and do stupid things. That's what she said about Ed, Ed, and Eddie. So basically, I was banned from Cartoon Network unless it was showing a Scooby Doo thing. Hey Taz, what's up? I'm just coloring a page of my Two Sides comic. I know it sounds like my mom is being cruel, but honestly, she's a very opinionated woman, and and I was a child, so I got spurned. I mean not spurned, but I got made fun of in school for not watching what a lot of other kids my age were watching. And unfortunately, other kids my age were watching things like Family Guy and South Park and all that junk. I'm not saying that people shouldn't watch that stuff, but I feel like they shouldn't be elementary schoolers or even middle schoolers because then they get these ideas in their head that that's how they should act. So I mostly watched cartoons like Dora or Blue's Clues, even into my early preteen years. That's mostly just what I stuck with. Recently, though, I've been watching more things lean towards adults and even young teenagers. And I've broken free of my mom's everything that's not educational in animation is just automatically bad opinion. And I have opinions of my own now. Oh, whoops, that doesn't go in there. Wrong Ziploc baggie. The episode of um The episode of My Life as a Teenage Robot that I watched was called The Return of Raggedy Android. Have any of you guys ever watched My Life as a Teenage Robot? Hey Queen Nemmer, welcome. How you doing tonight? My eye itches. Yeah, I can see why people would miss it because it's actually a good show. I get more of a Cartoon Network vibe from it though. I don't really get a Nickelodeon vibe from it. I get a Cartoon Network vibe from it. Then again, the creator of it used to work at Cartoon Network before leaving for Nickelodeon. So maybe that's why I get more of a Cartoon Network vibe from it. It's just the animation looks more like something you'd see in on Cartoon Network. No, I don't like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's annoying. No offense if you like it, but me personally, I can live without it. It's just there are so many things about it that I don't like. It's just like, why are you picking on this kid? He's not doing anything to you, is he? You're just picking on him because he looks small or because this happened or like why are they picking on Greg? It makes no sense. It's just like people just want to pick at anyone they can find and unfortunately they chose Greg Heffley. And also, why the heck isn't his brother Roderick getting in trouble like he deserves? Like, it's even worse in the movie Roderick Rules. Because, like, why don't you just tell someone that Roderick is harassing you, Greg? He could, like, in the scene where Roderick was throwing a party while his parents were gone, and and when their mom called and Greg talked to her over the phone and he's just like I'm in the basement. Roderick's very nervously like what are you doing in the basement? He's trying to save his ass. And then instead of being a responsible child, Greg just decides, "Hey, why don't you let me up and I can join the party?" And then it's just like it just doesn't give you a very the characters in that franchise, they're not very good role models. It just that is those are the series that it just it just seems like the movie message is be popular and you'll be happy. And that's not a very good message. It's not a good message to send to kids that all you need to be happy is to be popular. I mean, I'm not I don't know if I'm on the popular scale, but I'm happy. I'm happy. A lot of people like me. I it's just like that's not even how it works because popularity can actually get pretty lonely. When people only would consider in that kind of movie, people would only consider you popular if you were rich, stuck up, or snobby, or you treated other people who weren't popular like garbage. So basically, Diary of a Wimpy Kid is annoying, it doesn't give good messages, and it's just an overall bad influence. Thank you, Taz. But of course, this is just my silly opinion, and if you guys like it because it's so funny, yeah, no, I don't think it's funny either. I do like that in the movies, Greg's friend, I forget his name, but he's played by Tucker Albrizzi because I'm familiar with Tucker Albrizzi. Hey, I like Bleach. Welcome. Sorry if I already said that. I'm losing track of things. Hey, Floor. Don't mind us. I'm just telling them why I don't like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And that's just something that I don't like in a lot of films. It's just like whenever there's a film where bullying takes place, it's just like, why don't you go tell an adult? It's so easy to go tell an adult. You just endure it. Rowley. Oh yeah, Rowley. Yeah. I knew it was some kind of cheesy name like that. Not saying it's a bad name, but it's kind of cheesy sounding. So, Floor, how you feeling? Okay. So, oh, hey, Miles, long time no see, my broski. Your school closed today. Was it a snow day or was there something else? With the strength of 1,070 men, I guess I really shouldn't complain. Still, I wish I could go for a walk without rusting in the rain. Oh, it's enough to fry my brain. So, welcome to my life as a teenage robot, the story of my life as a teenage robot, the teenage robot life. Okay, so the cover that I was working on for chapter 5 of Two Sides, scary godmother, poison outside. Oh, oh, that's something else entirely. Gee bus. Sure, what did he do? So anyway, the cover I was working on for chapter 5 of Two Sides, um, I got it finished. I think I already showed you what it looked like when it was finished. And I got the first 2 pages of chapter 5 remade and fully colored. So I'm gonna show them to you before I go any further, alright? Alright. Stupid paper. Thank you, Sicky. I'm glad you like it, and you love it. I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. By the way, the fact that Flippy's chains that he's in are red, that's symbolism, that's a metaphor. Because he always feels like he has other people's blood on his hands and he can never wash it off permanently and he feels trapped from it. Hence, the chains on his wrists are red. Thank you, Queen. You guys are all so nice. I love all of you. Like, seriously. If I ever make it big, which I highly doubt I will, I'll remember you guys. Oh, why would he do that? Fortnite is evil. Oh, I'll show it again, Taz. So, what else can you guys tell from this cover? What else do you guys think is going to happen? What else do you guys think is going to happen in this chapter? Just based on what you see. Aw, man, I'm sorry about that. But you said that your mom was doing horrible things to you, so maybe it's best that she stays there. Okay. To be honest, I don't really think Fortnite should exist. People in Fortnite get so offended over nothing. It's like the moment someone says, I don't like Fortnite, all the Fortnite people are just like, you suck, go die, go to hell, ingest poison and burn, and I hope your mother eats you or whatever. And also, it's getting a bit too popular, if you ask me. And the fact that people who play it get offended over nothing, and the fact that that stuff that they play is becoming popular is just extremely terrible in my opinion. I don't even know what the game's about, to be honest. I don't know. And honestly, I don't really care. Yeah, exactly. It's just like people have opinions. You can like Fortnite, but if someone else doesn't like it and they tell you that they don't like it, you don't have to throw this whole Shakespearean spiel about how my opinion is better than yours and you suck. You can go die and ingest poison and blah 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 blah. Anyway, I'll I'm going to this is the first hang on, I'll fix the quality. This is the first page. Oh, Adeline's fine. My mom went to go do something earlier, so I was left alone with her, and also my little sister and her dad were away, so I was left alone in the house with Adeline. She fussed a lot because she wanted mom because she needed to eat. Thank you. It's actually supposed to be the Superman logo, but I suck at drawing logos exactly how they're supposed to look. Actually, I just suck at drawing logos, period. And Splendid was a big Superman Superman fan when he was younger. Oh well, I'm trying my best. That face is so cute, and I have no clue why. Building a house out of only Legos. Damn. That's skill. I like Legos. So, this is so the chapter is starting out like this because the chapter is called Under Lock and Key, which lets you know that there's going to be a lot of secret keeping and a lot of pressure that needs to be either kept under the surface or taken out in a healthy way. And taking out your pressure and frustrations and your stress and your anger in general is just in a healthy way is not always the easiest thing to do. Actually, in my opinion, it's one of the hardest things in the world. So, the chapter is starting off with a dream initially because and this is Splendid's dream, and in this dream he is in the form of his 11-year-old self, which is why he is smaller and he has the hair tuft and he lacks his mask and he's also wearing a red Superman t-shirt. And he doesn't realize right now that this is a dream. So when he wakes up and stands up and asks himself, why does his head hurt? And then he stops for a second because he realizes his voice sounds different. So he's just freaking out about how his voice sounds prepubescent. I don't know when boys go through puberty, but I'm assuming that they don't go through puberty when they're 11. So The whole thing about under lock and key. Splendid doesn't really talk about his feelings with a lot of people. Then again, in this comic he states that he hasn't really hung out with anyone in the village. He just swoops in, saves them, and then leaves, and everyone just waves bye. Yeah, I would think that puberty for boys would start when they get into their early teen years. And 11 is still in the preteen stage, so of course he would sound prepubescent. Anyway, he told Lammy that she is literally the only person that he's hung out with so far, like for this long, and it's weird to him. He opened up to her about earlier in the story about how he feels like he can't even save a baby without it dying, and he only opened up to her about that because he was frustrated, but right now he's not really frustrated. He's just struggling to find out why he feels like he wants to open up to her, but at the same time he doesn't want to because it's one of those classic cases of I lost people when I was younger, so I feel like if I let more in, they'll just get hurt the same way. Because that can happen. When you lose someone, you can be afraid of losing someone else if you get close to them. My voice used to be a lot squeakier when I was younger. Like when my sister was 1 year old, my voice was definitely squeakier than this. It kind of sounds like I just sucked up a balloon full of helium. And, let's see, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, a lot of people have actually said that I sound like a boy. I don't know, do I sound like a boy at all? Needless to say, I keep a check. She was all right, and nevertheless, calling it quits now, baby, I'm alright. Yawn. Ugh. Really, because there are people out there who have said that I actually sound like a boy. There are people who have said, like in the past, they've said that I even look like a boy. Well, you can't have a crush on the Splendid from my AU. He's taken. The one I was just singing. Um, I think it's. Needless to say, I keep a check. She was alright, and nevertheless. It's called Sunflower, and it's by Post Malone. It's from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Stop, stop yawning. Nope, I haven't seen Captain Marvel. I want to, and it looks amazing because I actually think Captain Marvel is what the Avengers need, is who the Avengers need in order to defeat Thanos and somehow reverse the whole Infinity Stone garbage. My sister loves Sunflower by Post Malone. Ugh, stop yawning. My sister loves Sunflower by Post Malone. Every time I sing it, she gets so happy. So happy. I love this heated blanket. It's so good. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's see. I know what I'm gonna do. I was gonna make a movie reference on this page, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, now I remember. I remember on this page I was either gonna make him say, I shouldn't have taken shooting star wishes so lightly, but I'm gonna make him make a reference to a movie. Have you guys ever heard of an actor called Tom Hanks? I'm pretty sure you guys might actually know who he is, even if you haven't heard his name before, or even if you don't know what he looks like. I'm not gonna let the sleepy take over. It's not even 11 yet. I will not lose. I refuse. I have all this stuff I wrote on my arms. Yes, he is the voice of Woody from Toy Story. Oh, yeah? Well, then I'll just have to pull out some ninja moves on the Sandman because I'm not going to. I'm not going to go to sleep yet. I want to, but I'm not going to. I, people ask me make how long it takes for me to make a page or a drawing. I think I estimated like I said it all depends in circumstance. Like it depends on what I'm drawing, how much detail I want to be in the drawing, and how motivated I am, and how much I mess up, and how many times I get interrupted. It all depends on factors. That's awesome. Hey, some good came out of TikTok. No, I'm just joking. I will probably never use TikTok again in my life because if TikTok really is Musically, then I'm not going back to Musically. Anyway, the reason why I brought Tom Hanks up is two reasons. The movie that Splendid is going to reference in this scene is a Tom Hanks movie. It's called Big. It's an old one. It's about a boy who wishes he were grown up, and then he finds this magic jukebox at a I think it's a magic jukebox at a carnival or whatever. And he wishes that he were an adult, and then he actually becomes an adult because of the magic jukebox or whatever it was. And then he suddenly finds out that that the adult life is actually not all it's cracked up to be. Hello, Shimmer and Shine fans, Cuphead fans. It's nice to see you. Yes, those two are my favorites as well. And hey, Berry Girl. But then he finds out that the adult life is really not all it's cracked up to be, and so he tries to find a way to become a kid again. Because that's the funny thing about kids and just humans in general. Not just kids, I shouldn't say that. It's just like when you what is it? Be careful what you wish for, and when when kids think that they want to become grown up, and then when they actually do grow up, they wish they were kids again. So, judging by your username, does that mean that you like Shimmer and Shine and Cuphead? Nothing's the matter with you, Berry Girl. Why do you ask? I don't see anything the matter with you. Is there something bothering you? You want to talk about it? A potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess I made. I wish Vine was still around. So, prom is coming up at my high school, and I gave money for my prom tickets. I'm going with my cousin, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope it will be anyway. It's next month, in the beginning of April, and I haven't listened to Angel with a Shotgun in a long time. I can't even remember what it sounds like. I can't even remember the words, quite frankly. Hey, hey, Sugar Cookie, welcome. How are you doing tonight, Sugar Cookie? Mm. Thank you. I appreciate your well-placed pomp. Mm. So yeah, that's the Tom Hanks movie earlier called Big that I talked about. That's the movie that Splendid's going to be referencing here. Speaking of Tom Hanks, today in government class we just finished watching a movie that he also stars in. It's called The Terminal. I've heard that it's actually based off of a true story or something, but basically it's about this man from a fictional country called Krakosia, and the country is at war, and and the man's name is Victor Navorsky, and he's trying to come to New York City, and he lands at an airport in New York City, but since he is from out of the country, he has to give like a special visa or whatever. I don't really know how immigration stuff works, but his visa is invalid because of like some military coup because his country is also at war, and so basically he can't go back home, but he also can't just walk out of the airport. So he has to he's told to wait at the airport until they give him the okay that he can leave. Very slowly, the airport becomes his home. It's a very good movie. When I heard about it, I honestly thought that I wasn't going to like it and I wasn't going to understand it, but it actually has a pretty simple story that someone can follow. Aside from the obvious immigration stuff that's complicated, the whole fact that you basically understand that he can't leave and he can't go home, so he has to adapt and survive. Oh, hey Parker. How you doing? Oh, trust me, this is one chipmunk you're not gonna want to mess with. Even though he's not a chipmunk, he's a friggin' bear. Very intricate Pac-Man eyes. That's an interesting response. If someone chased me, I'd legitimately turn around and smack them in the face. I do not like being chased. And even though I know they're most likely not going to hurt me, it's just like the feeling of being chased is a scary feeling for me. If Tom Hanks would be an animal, what animal do you think he would be? I don't like when people are too loud around me either because again, autism, sensory disorder. And I also today I learned that sensory disorders for autistic people don't just affect the ears, it can also affect other parts of our body like our skin and nerves. A wise baboon, huh? Okay. Have you guys ever seen any Tom Hanks movies? I mean, other than Toy Story. But have you guys ever seen any of his movies? Like The Terminal, Forrest Gump, Big. You did, huh? Whoopsies. Forgot a letter. Hmm. Yeah, I've seen a few of his movies. I've obviously seen the Toy Story movies. I've seen The Terminal. We just finished watching that today. I can actually see myself watching that again in the future because I really liked it. It was a really cute movie. It was really cute to watch Victor just learn how to survive in the airport and make money and eat food and make friends. I'm a movie and show person, and I really like a lot of old shows, most of them cartoons. I helped make I helped make dinner tonight. We had chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and salad. It was really, really good. I love Fireflies by Owl City. It's so beautiful. You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. The lead singer of Owl City. Can someone look up what the lead singer of Owl City's name is? Who the lead singer is? Looks good. You gonna look good, baby. Yeah. Adam Young. Hmm. That's actually a very nice sounding name. It's just the lead singer of Owl City. He has such a smooth voice. I literally feel like I could curl up in a silk blanket and just listen to him whispering these beautiful words to me, just like these beautiful lyrics to his songs. Hey Jen, welcome. I don't want to draw the backgrounds right now. I'll just move on to the next panel. Sleepiness is taking over. I'm not gonna let it though. Stop it. Stop yawning. Let's see. I need to think about what I want to put on the next panel. Okay, I got it. Singing, I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. I love pizza. I smell like Sharpie. Probably because I wrote all over myself in Sharpie. Sorry, didn't mean to. I wonder what the next episode of Glitchtale is gonna be called. Something that you wanna know something that made me sad? Yeah, Glitchtale is cool. Betty in the last episode, her whole speech about how she's doing a good thing by killing all those innocent monsters and humans is just disgusting. It's just like there's no deeper thought to what she's saying. It's just wrong. It's like it's not a doing the right thing for the wrong reason or doing the wrong thing for the right reason. What she's doing is just bad. It's just like so you think that by so you think that monsters and humans living together is just a time bomb waiting to go off. So what? You're just deciding that, "Oh, hey, I'm going to be even worse than I think humans and monsters are." It's just like I hate when people think that by doing something vile, they're helping in some way. This is looking good so far. You started an account on what yesterday? No way. I'm not gonna hear this from you. I'm not gonna hear this from you, you dang dogs. Hmm. Well, why don't you tell me at least three of your drawing ideas, and we'll help. Tell us at least three of your drawing ideas, and we'll take a vote, and that'll help decide it. Oh, TikTok. Okay. You hear that, Misty? Queen Number says she doesn't care if you want an iPhone. No one does. You got a new dog, huh? What breed is it, and what's the gender, and what did you name it? Whoopsies. Okay, so I've heard a lot of people saying bad things about Will Smith in the new Aladdin trailer. And honestly, I'm here to tell you people, you can shut up. Just shut up. It's just, it's painful to hear them say that. I don't even know why they're being so butthurt. And I know they're probably going to say, oh, well, you're being butthurt about us being butthurt. And I'm just like, no, that's not true. I'm not being butthurt. I'm just saying that, like, the fact that there's so much shit going around with Will Smith is just, it's heartbreaking. And you should stop because it's not fun to see or hear about. It's not fun at all. And you can say, well, you don't have to listen to it. And it's just like, it's hard not to listen to it when it's freaking everywhere. There we go. Okay. Oh, don't even. Oh, God forbid, Taz. Yeah, I mean, Will Smith is just as much a legend as Robin Williams was. And I honestly wouldn't choose anyone else to be the genie. Like, if people suggested Will Smith to be the genie in the new Aladdin movie, I would say, hell yeah. So everyone who says bad stuff about Will Smith being the genie, they can just shut up because they don't know what they're talking about. My mom says that's what's wrong with my generation. We just find something that's so easy to be mad at. We just try to find something to be mad at, and we worry way too much about this one thing that we forget to look for the positive. And I honestly, I don't have a, I don't, I agree with her. That is actually a pretty bad problem nowadays. Too many haters, not enough positive people. Oh yeah, Will Smith. He looks like he. I think he'll be a great genie. And unlike all the immature 5-year-olds that are all over the internet, I am going to be withholding my judgment until I see the final finished product. Not like everyone else, just like, oh, this is made by this company. This is going to automatically suck. Or, that looks different from my childhood. It's going to automatically suck. It's just like, dude, so rude. And don't even say that I'm being rude. No, 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 no. That is a weak comeback. You don't even have to come back with a comeback. Because I'm just telling you that you're being mean. Yeah, it's way, way too hard to find good people nowadays. I mean, I'm okay with constructive criticism, but when you're hating on something before you even actually see the finished product, or before, or when you're hating on something that doesn't deserve to be hated on, then you're just being a child. Or maybe I'm the child because I want everything to be cupcakes and rainbows. Well, I'd rather have things be cupcakes and rainbows than haters and judgers. I'm not saying that it should always be like that. You got to have the bad with the good, but you have to make the bad hurt so much because I don't know, it just feels like the more the years go on, the more people feel like they need to pick at something. T-shirt physics, t-shirt physics, t-shirt physics. I need to get another eraser. Thanks. I mean, I have my moments where I'm negative about something too. I mean, I guess you could say right now I'm being negative about haters, but like, honestly, how else can you feel about haters? Like, they just make you angry. They just make you want to take a dull knife and shove it in your trachea. All right. This looks so good. This looks so great. I will not. I will not take notice of the jacks. Yeah, that always seems to be the cause of why people can be weak when it comes to negativity, because negativity was implanted in their brain. So, my mom my mom and I watched a video on Facebook yesterday of these passerbyers noticed there was a minivan starting to drive into the ocean, and then they heard kids screaming help from inside the minivan, and basically their mom was trying to kill them. She was trying to drive them all into the ocean and drown them all, including herself. And there were 3 kids in the minivan. I know one of them was a toddler. Um and they got all the kids out safely, and the mom just calmly walked away after the kids were out of the car. So my mom, and aside from the other 3 kids that were in the car, the woman was also pregnant. So she would have killed herself and 4 kids, one of which who wasn't even born yet. My mom, I know, Taz, I know. I asked my mom that same question. And my mom told me that she must have been suffering from postpartum psychosis, which can occur in women. Like the basic way I can put it is being pregnant and giving birth can make a mom go insane. Like, it can cause them to lose themselves. Like, after so many pregnancies and births, I mean, the woman was found not guilty by a plea of insanity. But yeah, it can happen. Like, having a baby can make them feel depressed and can make them lose their sanity. See ya, I like Bleach. Thanks for being on my stream tonight. Hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not going to make any promises, but I want to try to do something else on my stream. Of course, I'm still going to draw, but before that, I actually want to do something else real quick. So, depending on what happens tomorrow on my stream, I might be eating something actually. And I know you've seen me eat on my streams before, but like this is going to be like part of the stream. Like it's going to be actually like an involvement for it. So, what it is going to be is you guys know what spam is, right? It's a type of meat. It's made of pork shoulder and ham, which is meat from a pig's rear end. Um, so I'm going to essentially I'm going to be trying spam on my stream, and I'm going to give my opinion of whether or not it's gross. Like I've heard mixed opinions about it. Some people think it's gross, some people think it's good. Like people do cook it in things like burgers, and my mom told me when she was younger she ate it in like grilled cheese. And yeah, basically tomorrow I may or may not be trying something on my stream that I haven't done before. Well, as long as it tastes good, who cares? It's just like I honestly don't get why you like if someone eats something and then they think it tastes good, like really good, and it makes them happy, and then when they actually find out what it is, it's just like automatically bad. It's just like The point is, it's like, who if it doesn't matter what it is as long as it tastes good. At least that's how I see it. Okay, that's one page done in an hour, like I theorize. If you can't read it, just tell me and I'll read it to you. That's great. I can't wait to see it when it's done. Alright, I'll read it to you. Top panel. Oh, geez. It's like in that Tom Hanks movie, except instead of becoming an adult, I'm a kid. And then a voice behind him says, "Yes, but you're not in a movie, Splendid. You're in a dream." And then Splendid turns around on the bottom panel and he says in his head, "That voice, it can't be." It's okay, I'm sure you'll be able to see it better once it's colored. But for right now, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I am getting super duper tired. But I had fun on this stream for what it's worth. Oh, whoopsies. Yeah. So, um, before you guys actually go, I want you to give me your thoughts on chapter 5 so far, based on what you've seen and based on what I've been telling you about what's going to happen in the chapter. I'm sorry about that, sugar cookie. So, what are your guys' thoughts so far on chapter 5? I'm glad you like it. I always like when you guys like my content. Is there anything that you're is there anything that you're really excited for in particular to see in chapter 5? Yeah, he is cute. Yeah. Sometimes I need to catch up with myself cuz after I'm not working on a story for so long, I'll need to refresh my memory about, wait, where was I going with this story again? Oh yeah. Thank you, Taz. That means a lot. I think something that I'm looking forward to is the fight scene that's going to happen. I just hope that I can do good with the pacing of this story and make it not feel like I'm just making random things happen. And I'm also working on something else at the moment, and I want it to be like a multiple artist. I want it to be like a multiple artist collaboration. It's a fan fiction called Can We Talk? And it's set in my alternate universe, so it's canon. Basically, in the fic, Cub is like 15, 16. He's a sophomore in high school. He has a group of friends. He ha their names are Richie, Nolan, and Lotus. Lotus is the only girl. I will definitely draw their designs eventually. But basically his friends invite him to a high school party, and Pop doesn't let him go, and then he gets into a fight with him and he says some hurtful things, and Cub runs away and he goes to seek solace in one of his oldest friends. Three guesses who that is. Yes, sugar cookie. Yes. Because in my AU, like I told you that Flickby sees Cub kind of as a little brother and he babysits for him a lot when he's a baby. But as Cub grows up, he starts seeing him less as a babysitter and more as a friend. Kind of like me and some of my family members. Like, I started to see my my cousin JJ. He used to babysit me once in a while. The older I got, the less I saw him as a babysitter and a nuisance, and as more like someone I could talk to about certain things. Is it a pretty easy thing to use, or is it kind of complicated? I don't know. I just find a certain beauty in changing the way you see people the more you grow and the more they grow. Like if you used to babysit for someone when they were little and then when they grew up, you saw them less as a baby and more as someone that you could hang around. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cute. But anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. I'm really tired. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it too. Gives me a good chance to practice fighting poses. I already know what's going to happen and who's going to win, but I'm not going to tell you guys because I want it to be a surprise. It's probably going to scare you a bit, though. I anticipate some scariness. Okay. Bye bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Hopefully, with the spam.